Well, what do you guys think? I've shown it to you before, but it was at nighttime. Huh. Sorry about the shakiness. Oh, it's all prison ground. Private drive, keep out. It says private drive. Sorry about the shakiness. Walla State Prison. Got some guards over there. I don't know what they're taking. It's a nice truck, ain't it? I mean, this is all prison ground. I don't have much time, but I thought I'd give you guys a good look. I mean, shit, if prison wasn't such a horrible place, I mean, shit, you know? It wouldn't be bad in there. They feed you, they do your laundry, they even give you cable in there if you can afford the TV. I mean, pretty much you can get everything you want. And now that they're letting men identify as women and women to identify with men, shit, they even got men that are women in female prisons. They got 3 women in there that are men. Well, you know what I mean? They were born women and they're in there. And then they got the other prison that's a female ran. And they got men in there. Where they train the dogs. Yeah, they have dogs on the perimeter here, so that's where they keep the dogs. And they will kill you. Roo! 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 Ruff, 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 ruff. The dogs are pretty loud, aren't they? Ruff, 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 ruff. Look at all those prison towers, man. Look. There's 1, 2, 3. And look, they have these signs that say you can't stand. Okay, I get that. You know, I get that. But they're saying you can't even stop or standing. I want to see them try to enforce that. I don't think they will. But why put up a sign if you ain't going to try to? You know what I mean? And the way I'm looking at it today is if they bother me, you know, I'm not doing nothing. I'm allowed to walk. I'm not standing. Got 1. It's the Walla State Prison. And I'm not particularly sure, you know, if the buses go in there. You know what I mean? So the bus goes in there to pick people up and drop people off. You would think it would be public access. But if you go read that sign right there, and this is all public easement, man. And I came in here the other day and I read this sign. And I mean, it's past that point. You know what I mean? So do not bypass gatehouse. Failure to follow posted rules can result in disciplinary or criminal action. So I believe right here is all public easement. But if you read that, it says you are entering the premises of the state correctional institution in accordance with RCW 9.94 and are subject to search and inspection. It's prohibited to bring, possess, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. Please dim your lights, but I mean, I don't know where the border is, and there's a camera right there. I mean, so we have all of this, you know, and it's funny, is it's not, these are not enemies, right? They're just being put there as a timeout. And the fucked up part about it is, man, is for some reason, people think prisons are, prisoners of war. They're not. They broke the law, and that's their punishment right there. Not the prison itself, right? Shit, if you think about it, the prison itself is haven. You know what I mean? They get fed. The only thing, I'm going to talk about it from a man's perspective because I lived in there for a long fucking time, right? I lived in there for a long time. Got my cat, but that being said, these places are, society is starting to allow cops to act like prison guards, right? And I think they should make it mandatory that everybody go spend the weekend in their local jail just to get an understanding of what's going on. They keep people in bondage there, right? They're not there. It's not a rehabilitation. It's not a rehabilitation. They might say rehabilitation, but that's not what it is. You're not sent to prison to be fixed. You're sent to prison because the law is what it is. And if we break government's law, these are the repercussions. But prison isn't designed to re-educate you to live. No, your constitutional rights are what? They're inalienable, meaning that they cannot be taken away from you. Freaking constitutional right is guaranteed. Talk about the Second Amendment because I'm a felon. They're saying I can't have a gun, so I don't have one, right? That doesn't mean that I can't have one if I really didn't want one. The Constitution guarantees it. That being said, the Supreme Court had given the states the ability to, look what they're trying to do. There are so many things going on in this country. But this is the one thing we get to do. You know what I mean? Civil disobedience. You got to record these guys coming in and out of here, right? Just because they put up a law, that sign does not mean I can't be here. You know what I mean? They can do whatever and think whatever they want. And they call it, they call it whatever they want to call it. But, what I call it is civil disobedience. Meaning it's civil, and I'm defiant of the anarchists. They're anarchists, man. What is an anarchist? Somebody, they're always at war with everybody. So, they're anarchists because they're always at war. They're the same people from the same country. And they're talking about, well, my 9's better than your 6. It's the same fucking number. You just got to change the position of it. A 6 is a 6 to me, but if I flip it upside down, it's a 9 to you. And then if I flip it upside down, it turns into a 6. Vice versa. I heard somebody. There's people out here. Oh, look at the little doggy. Look, they live on, fuck, man, this is how great a country we are. These people sit here guarding the prison gates. And look, they live in these mansions. Get to have their little doggies right there, Come on, man. We treat freaking, oh my God, look. They're living on government property, man. That is government property and they're living on it. Why don't they let the homeless live here? Right, I'll show you where they let the homeless live. Fucking horrible, man. Look at these fucking houses. Little dogs on our fucking, this is our land. This is our land. And they're living on it with the people they're fucking watching. That's sadistic. Look at all this fucking land. And what do they need it for? Oh, expansion. Right? Because this government truly believes that, it's okay to incarcerate people to make a revenue on it. Because you know what? Commissary companies need to sell commissary. They make prison bars, so they got to put them up somewhere. Why build a prison bar if you're not going to put it up? Look, I'm telling you, those gardens there aren't for the food to supply the prison. That's the best gardening right there. And the prison inmates, I know, because I lived in this place, right? The tomatoes and everything that's grown in that garden right there is not enough to supply that 5,000 man prison. So what do you think all that fine tomatoes, carrots, and all that, who do you think it's feeding? Who do you think it's feeding? It's not feeding the prison population. All that produce in there, and you know what? The government taxpayer paid for it. Because those people living in those houses, in that apartment building for the guards, well, they're unwed guards. Unwed guards. You know what I mean? This is a really Christian town. You should come to Walla and see how, dude, they have a church called the Calvary Chapel, right? It's where all the police go to church here in Walla. I know, because I parked out there and watched them. They even drive up in their patrol cars, go in there and do math. But that being said, that food right there is made for them houses and that right there. Now, did I make all that up? Probably. Have I even been in that prison? We'll never know, but I did 17 and a half years. I'm telling you what, man. These places are criminal. They feed their dogs better than they feed the inmates. You know what I mean? I can go show you the kennel. Well, I can't. They won't let you go onto the premises to see the kennel. But they got fucking kennels in there. With fucking German, fucking all the fucking, the dogs that are on death row come to this prison. They even have a prison program dedicated for lifers, men that are doing life and women that are doing life. They rehabilitate broken murder dogs. You know what I mean? Like German shepherds or pit bulls that have bit people. They send them to the prisons, right? And they have inmates that are doing life. They give them these dogs to rehabilitate them because they say their unique experience can help them rehabilitate a broken dog, right? But we can't rehabilitate broken people. I'm just saying, look at all this. That is prison. That is a prison. And look at the grounds on that, man. I've been to schools that don't have grounds that nice. Right? How do we spend? And this is not for the inmates. This is not for the inmates. Right? This is a prison. It looks pretty, so people don't care that they got a prison. One of the biggest prisons in the state of Washington is right here in Walla. It's got a population of less than 30,000 people. It's got a better bus system than most cities, big cities, man. It's how good a bus system they have. The bus system goes in there and picks up off duty, when they get off work, they take them to work here. But look at the beauty. Look how, does that look like a prison? It looks like a freaking mental health, I don't know, man, but that does not look like a prison. But you know what's right next door to this prison? The homeless shelter. Right on the other side of those fucking oil. Look, you can see those little tents over there? Those wagons way down there. That's the homeless camp. Where you see that white truck? That is the homeless camp, right next to the prison. You can actually see homeless people there. Right next to this prison. You know what? They get out on parole, and guess where they get to walk to? Right there. So they keep the homeless center and the prison. And this is a beautiful, beautiful prison, don't you think? Man, the prison I was in did not look nothing like this. They kill people there. Look, penitentiary grounds. Foot passage. Right? What do they need a foot passage for, right? I mean, they make it seem like, look at the freaking gate on that. I mean, look at the gate. They got a passage, you know what I mean? It's like you're going on your local walk. You know, look at the premises. Look at the grounds, man. We're in a fucking drought, man. And their grass is greener than anybody else can afford to keep their grass. But they have access to all the water. Because you know what? They don't want this prison to be an eyesore because it's in city. It's in the city, man. This is Walla Walla. Look at all these houses. Right? This is the whole fucking neighborhood right here. And the majority of them work right here. (13th and Cary), historic Milan Road, right? I mean, right here is the neighborhood, and here's the prison. I mean, that is a spectacular prison. That guy works there. I'm just saying, look, I mean, God, I mean, and I said, there's the homeless center. Right there, see all those little bungalow looking like things? That's where they keep the homeless. But I'll give them this, you know what I mean? They didn't harass me at all. Bet you they used to harass people. I mean, been out here a half hour and no call for service. Irony of it is, everybody thinks everybody's homeless here. Not everybody's homeless. Fuck Trump, right? That's what I say. I mean, wouldn't that be the shit right here? In Trumpville, right? You stand right here, show my sign off, right? I mean, we're right next to a prison, man. Right here in downtown Walla Walla. And they have signs, man. People flying signs saying, fuck Biden. Right? Fuck, I can take you to all the houses around here that say, that have flags in there. And a lot of them work right here. A lot of the men that fly these flags work right here, man. They're people, they work for the government and they fly flags saying, fuck Biden. I mean, come on, I seen a cop pull in there with his fucking flag on the back of his truck saying, fuck Biden. I mean, how can they let people like that work for the government? It makes no sense. None.